Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. The last time we left the Ivory Sanctum after defeating Xanther Vong, or Xanther the Plagued One. And on our way back we ran into Kaelessa and Forn, was that his name? I think that was his name. And Forn apparently was setting up an ambush for us, and Kaelessa warned us about it. We trusted her, and she was right. We killed Forn and his Drow allies, and Kaelessa asked us to kill her, and we were going to say no. You've earned a chance of reconciliation for her crimes, and she said, "Nah, that ain't for me." So she attacked us, and we had to kill her. But now we're back here, and we're about to head back into Dresden and see what's going on here. It looks like we have a few quests here. We got make a decision about Kaelessa's final request, listen to the songstress at the tavern, wait to see how things unfold, talk to Arushale in the tavern, and locate the Midnight Fang in Dresden. So that's what we'll be doing this episode. One or multiple of those things. Go ahead and enter. First things first, we need to rest because we are drained after doing the Xanther fight and then the Kaelessa fight. I do feel like these loading screens are getting longer as the game goes on, which is, I guess, fairly typical for these kinds of long, epic games. I had to start cutting these out, though. My goodness. Especially the ones in the Dresden. Maybe there's something crazy going on right now. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. The angel came down to help us. Yeah, I forgot all about you. Hand of the Inheritor. The resonant voice of the majestic angel rings out through the hushed streets of Dresden. You hear his words from afar. They concealed it right under our noses, and without Xanther's notes, that incarnation of corruption, even I would not have been able to locate the barrier. Erebeth, surely the Herald of the Inheritor can rid us of this scourge. Erebeth stumbles over her words slightly. Yes, bow before me. Or kneel before me, whatever. Hand of the Inheritor. It is impossible, righteous one. I cannot do it alone. But wait. I hear the steps of one who brings hope. I am the Hand of the Inheritor, Herald of Iomade the Lightbringer, and I greet you, champion of Galarian. Greetings, warrior of heaven, and thank you for your help in the Ivory Sanctum. I hope you've come here to be useful, not to meddle in my affairs. You can stay like that for a little while? Can you stay? Terrible. Greetings, warrior of heaven. I was glad to fight alongside you against our common enemy, on a shared field of honor. What brings Iomede's Herald here? You seem pretty relaxed about the whole thing. Your deeds and exploits, champion. You brought hope to these accursed lands. Hope that demon invasion will finally be stopped once and for all, and I am here to aid my goddess's chosen one. What did you discuss with Erebeth? This. The angel gestures toward a symbol on the paving stones. The Ivory Sanctum held a dark secret. Directly beneath Dresden, in the bowels of the earth, there lies one more bastion of the demons, the Midnight Fang. It is the repository of a mighty rift through which the spawn of the abyss traveled to Galarian. The entrance to this place is right in front of us, blocked by a barrier that is accessible only to demons. Luckily we have a demon friend. Erebeth. So, this is where Minago fled to, and where all the demons in the city have been coming from. Makes sense. They can pass through the barrier freely, but we can't. It doesn't just stop us, it injures us too. It is much worse than that. The barrier is imbued with enormous power. An attempt to break through will trigger a magical explosion. I could protect you in the city from it, but even my powers will be insufficient to hold back the chaos and open the way. This is what disturbs me the most. We cannot allow the demons to rebuild their army and plot their next attack right below the sacred heart of the crusade. There must be a way to break through this barrier. Doubtless there should be. Only the gods are all-powerful. The deeds of all other forces can be counteracted. I think you should continue the crusade, making sure to carefully investigate all demonic and cultist activity. Sooner or later, we will learn how to breach the barrier without triggering an explosion. Until then, I shall stand watch here and safeguard the city's peace. Well, thanks, buddy. Just don't mind the devil in my my employ. He's a good guy, kind of. This is all I can do to help you currently, champion. Is there anything you wish to ask of me? What do you think of the Sword of Valor? It has changed under the effects of my power. The Herald raises a hand. Do not fret, champion. The great relic given to the world by my Lady Aomade will continue to serve you just as it served all people before now. The Sword of Valor has not lost its protective properties. It has merely changed in design. Some might call it blasphemous, but not I. The power that changed the banner's design was given to you by Aomade herself. It seems that I caused the Sword of Valor to change. Blood from the wound on my chest fell onto the banner, and that means this mysterious wound is a mark of valor, given to you by my mistress, setting you apart from all the rest, champion. I don't know about that, buddy. Arilu seemed to have something to do with it, maybe. Are you sure this wound is a gift from Aomade? No. I could be mistaken and unable to perceive the full truth. The Inheritor's thoughts are hidden from me. But I am but her hand. I do not test her will with my doubts, nor crave answers to my questions. I simply trust and serve. But I know that if your body had been harmed by malevolent fiends, my goddess would have extended her mercy to you and healed you. Why did the goddess bestow this wound on me, then? Because this world is yours. Because this world of yours, champion, is bleeding, and my lady's chosen one carries a crimson mark as a sign of the great suffering borne by mortal kind. The scarlet drops on your breast, they are the blood of all martyrs and all the innocents. That is how I see it. Can you heal me? Defy my lady's will? It pains me, but I must refuse you, champion. If you are suffering from this affliction, it must be part of the Inheritor's design. The pain serves to remind you of the path you must take. I have heard you. Do not allow doubt and fear to enter your heart. My lady will not abandon us. Tell me about yourself and your goddess. I will gladly answer any questions. What's it like being the herald of a deity? It is a great honor and a great responsibility. The herald is not always the strongest among the deity's servants, but the herald is always one who embodies the key principles of their faith. This means that I am bound to uphold the highest ideals of Aomade: righteous valor, justice, and honor. This is a tall order, even for an angel, but I cannot falter in my duty, even slightly. Therein lies my service to the goddess and the thousands of her faithful followers. What does a herald do usually? I serve as the hand and the voice of the goddess, carrying out her will and delivering her message. When her radiance has no tasks for me, I am occupied by the same duties as other warriors of heaven. I keep unfailing watch over the goddess's domain. I escort the souls of the faithful to Pharasma's court, and then onto their waiting afterlife. I also watch over the goddess's chosen, and when the opportunity arises, I descend into hell to engage in honest combat with the devils. It allows me to study their tactics. Ah, yes, well, about that. This is honest combat, right? That's good. Sounds like it's just a bit of fun between angels and devils. What is Aomade like? The herald chuckles softly. No doubt you are hoping to hear a tale of her untold divine might and the awe she elicits in those around her. No, I wanted some juicy gossip, man. Come on. Yes, this is true of the Inheritor, but it is also true that she seemed much closer in understanding to you than to others, such as myself, for example. Aomade was born an ordinary person in the cursed lands of Cheliax, and traveled a long road before she became the righteous queen of heaven. but she has never forgotten who she was before. I wonder if that is sort of why she's so focused on being lawful. Is that like maybe a carryover from her Cheliaxian days with the devils and how lawful they are and everything? Makes sense that she's part of the God Claw too. I am older than my lady goddess, much older, and still I bow down before her foresight and wisdom. We immortals, who spend much of our time on the outer planes, can sometimes struggle to comprehend the pain, fear, and joy that mortals feel. But not Iomade. She is as human as she is divine. Why is Heaven's host not aiding the Crusaders? You could have destroyed the world wound long ago. You cannot imagine how your question fills me with sorrow. My greatest desire since the day the world wound opened was to come here at the head of a light-bringing army and drive out the legions of darkness, to harry them until they were cowering in the farthest corners of the abyss. But alas, we, the first servants of the gods, are greatly restricted in what we can do. The Crusades are the mortals' battles, or the mortals' battle for their own world. If I bring angelic forces here, it will become a war between heaven and the abyss. Waves of power, magic incinerating everything within sight. Armies of celestials and demons fighting in every corner of this world. The consequences would be horrific. Remember, everything you have seen up to now has been the work of only 3 demon lords, Dascari and Baphomet, who were supported by Nocticula, the mistress of guile. But in the abyss, there are dozens of creatures of similar power. They are disunited and despise one another almost as much as they despise all that is light and righteous. But be sure that they will not miss a chance to sink their teeth into heaven's throat. If all the demon lords marched into Galarian, it would be the stuff of nightmares, and it cannot be allowed to become a reality. Then you should go back. Get out of here. What are you doing? If you can't interfere in the course of the crusade, why are you helping me? There's permissible interference, and then there's crossing the line. I was permitted to create the ward stones and gift them to the Crusaders, to offer my advice, and from time to time even appear on the battlefield myself to accompany several allies. This does not stray beyond the bounds of the mortals' war. I could have been summoned with equal success by a faithful cleric. But the appearance here of heaven's multitudinous host is in full force is another matter entirely. I butchered that. Alas, for now, I can only offer you this: my presence and a small troop of my loyal soldiers. I thank you for your answers. I'm here to illuminate you, champion. I want to talk about angels. You have my full attention. How are angels made? Like other supernatural beings, we most often, though not always, are born from the souls of mortals. You must be aware of the grand laws governing the cycle of birth and death. Ah, yes, of course. After Pharasma's court, each mortal soul receives their merited afterlife, hell and the abyss, heaven and Elysium. Each soul goes to the plane that calls to them in life. But when they arrive at their destination, a different fate awaits each soul. Where evil reigns supreme, souls typically become commodities or prey, and a scant few are reborn as wicked fiends. In the planes of good, souls are destined for peaceful rest or great deeds in a new guise, such as the lot of angels. We are born from the souls of noble mortals. One soul or several. It can vary. Sometimes the gods can also create angels out of the essence of their plane, but this essence also contains fragments of good souls. What is the difference between angels and mortals? That is a question for sages and philosophers to debate. I am just a simple warrior. The hand of Inheritor's voice sounds cheerful, but becomes increasingly solemn as he continues. Although many supernatural beings are born from the souls of mortals, we are not mortals. We are cut from the cloth of the plane from which we originate. We are an idea made flesh. Many things mortals care deeply about mean nothing to us, such as time, for instance, or gender. Only a few of my kind see themselves as male or female. For the majority of angels, these words are meaningless. We can communicate with any creature without learning their language. We do not freeze in even the most terrible frost. We are different. But we will never look down on mortals because of that. And we will never, ever stop praying for you or protecting you. A dying angel appeared before me in the dungeon beneath Canabras. He had left his flaming sword in the rubble there. The hand of the inheritor hangs his head. I can guess who it was. Lariel, my long-lost comrade and friend. He disappeared without a trace back in those days when the world wound opened its jaws for a second time and swallowed up new lands. I mourn him as bitterly today as I did back then, but I also rejoice that he was able to call to us, to you, across the expanse of time. We lose old allies and gain new ones, and we will not surrender, no matter how great the losses, no matter how deadly the enemy. In Canabras, I touched the wardstone, and I saw the angels trapped inside. The Herald of Iomedae gives a sigh beneath his helmet. It was a heavy decision for all of us. My mistress sent out a call to take a stand against the demons, and many angels of heaven answered it. We chose the noblest and bravest from among those who volunteered to sacrifice their freedom for the sake of Golarion, and we locked their souls inside the wardstones. They were fated to stand guard there, inside the cold depths of stone, pitting their unbending will against the creeping demonic corruption. Interesting. It kind of makes it sound like they sent out the call for volunteers, and then after that, picked the best ones and then told them what was going to happen. It wasn't like they were telling everybody what was going to happen and then asked for volunteers. I don't know, maybe it's just the way he explained it. But alas, the goddess and I failed to account for the weakness that lurks in even the best of us. Time has not been kind to my brothers and sisters. Despair has taken root in their soul, forcing them to act against their goddess and their calling. Thank you for being brave enough to put an end to their vigil. I pray that the gods of the light help my brothers and sisters wherever they may be now. I do not condemn them. I do not know if I could have withstood the demonic corruption if I had been in their place. The Herald shakes his head despondently. Thank you. I found out everything I wanted to know. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, champion. I lied. One more thing. Can you tell me anything about my power? I'm afraid not. Even I am not privy to all the workings of my radiant mistress. I believe that she has chosen you, and I know that she watches over her chosen ones most attentively. She does not lead mortals by the hand, but allows them to prove themselves, to prove that they are worthy of her divine mercy. I am amazed by the form the divine gift has taken within you, but I am often surprised by mortals. What matters most is that you are leading the Crusaders to victory and ridding Golarion of the world wound once and for all. While Iomedae was still mortal, she underwent the test of the Starstone and gained her godhood. It may well be that you are experiencing a similar trial, at the end of which you will gain true righteousness and power. I have to go. May Iomedae's light be with you. Cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our journal. So these two can't do. Secrets of Creation. An unknown masked figure told the commander to go to a place called Heart of Mystery, right? Fifth Crusade. Price of Knowledge. Learn the identity of the Mad Elf Woman, right? Don't know how we're going to do that, but hopefully we'll find out eventually. Visit the Dragon Burial Ground, right? Find Zenedra. Okay, that's the lady who escaped in the battle against Xanthier. On the cusp of the Abyss. Find a way to remove the demonic seal. The seal locking the entrance to the Midnight Fane could destroy Dresden if it is broken. Iomedae's Herald believes that he can protect the city, but he cannot do this and open the passage at the same time. The task of removing the seal has fallen to the commander. By exploring the area around Dresden and studying the traces of demon activity, he may be able to find a way to do this. Alright, Burden of the Aeon. Investigate the distortion in the abandoned building. An Aeon senses the place where the connection between space and time is broken, like a tumor on the fabric of reality. It must be dealt with. This is what the cosmic order wills, but where can the answer be found? For an Aeon, this entire place is like the sound of metal against glass. It screams of the terrible and unnatural deeds that have been committed here. Abandoned building. Dresden versus the Singing Priestess. Right. So that's Ninio, Finian, Wayward. See how things unfold. This is Ember. Borrowed Dream. Talk to Rochelet in the tavern. Right. Middle game. Maximize Crusader stats. And In Pursuit of the Past. 6 pages. I think we've got some pages. Let's go talk to him. And who knows, maybe we'll have some insight on everything that's gone on. And then we need to rest. We don't have anybody dead, do we? Oh, we gotta level people up too. Let's do that now. Get that out of the way. Greyboar. Let's see, Greyboar the Slayer, level 13. You get Slayer's Advance. At 13th level, a Slayer can once per day increase his movement speed by 30 feet, and his movement doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. At 17th level, he can do this twice a day. Neat. That'll help him because he's a dwarf, so his speed is a little bit slower than normal races, I believe. Go ahead and increase your skills, your feet. Let's see what you got here. Improved critical. That's what I was thinking might be the best one for him. So, choosing a weapon you selected, your threat range is doubled. You can gain improved critical multiple times. So we'd want to, do we use Dwarven War Axes? Is that the main thing we're using? I don't actually remember. I know we use one Dwarven War Axe, but isn't the other one a different one? Breath of Experience. Okay. Bull Rash. Critical Focus was the other one I was thinking about, which we've gotten on a couple of characters now. Iron Guts. Iron Hide. It's only for half-orcs. Why can't I get that? Oh, no, dwarf right there. Never mind. That wouldn't be bad. Just an extra AC. Steel Soul. You gain a +4 racial bonus on saving throws against spells and spell-like abilities. This replaces the normal bonus from the dwarf's hardy racial trait. Interesting. Toughness. Vital Strike. Alright, let's get Critical Focus. Or Improved Critical, rather. And I'm pretty sure it's a Dwarven War Axe he's using. I should probably just take the time to check real quick. That'd be the smart thing to do, huh? Alright, so Dwarven War Axe, and then a Hand Axe. That makes it a little more difficult. You know what, we're going to get Improved Critical. Or Critical Focus, rather. Since I don't know if we're going to find another Dwarven War Axe. And this just... Your threat range is doubled. I actually don't really... What does that mean? Threat range is doubled. Where is it? Here, Critical Focus. We'll get this. Yep. I'm okay with that. And that's it for you. Reggie. A level 8 Fearsome Leader. Or level 7 Fearsome Leader, rather. You get nothing this round. It's a little disappointing. I mean, you'll get a feat, but... That's alright, I suppose. Alright. Greater 2-weapon fighting. That sounds pretty good, huh? Yeah, let's get that. That is what you use, right? Yeah, 2-weapon fighting. Okay. Go ahead and do that. And there you go. It was pretty easy. And then Demon Bane. Let's go ahead. Ooh, you get a... Oh, you only level 12? Nothing that I increase is going to actually help you here. Let's just increase your strength. Sure. He's a stealthy boy. Good. Sacio. A level 6 War Priest. You're going to get a bonus combat feat here. Increase your skills. There we go. And, ooh, Cleaving Finish. If you make a melee attack and your target drops to 0 or fewer hit points as a result of your attack, you can make another melee attack using your highest base attack bonus against another opponent within reach. You can make only one extra attack per round with this feat. Wow, that's pretty cool, huh? Let's get that. Now, do I have to kill using Cleave? Or is that just anytime you kill somebody? The description doesn't say you have to use cleave, so that sounds really good. Alright, oh, you get another one. Might as well get improved critical with a glaive. There we go. Making him stronger. I feel like with the Soul Shear weapon, he's done pretty well recently. You know, for what he is. Kind of utility DPS. Level 13 Witch, you get a feat. And this feat's going to be Snapshot? No. Let's see. Brew Potions. I kind of want to just get Brew Potions. Just to see what we can do with it. Let me see if there's anything else we'd want to get. Saving throws on illusion spells. That could be really good, actually. Because they do tend to throw illusion spells at us often. Although getting a meta magic spell could be really good too. Especially, where is it? The selective one. Because she does have some fire spells that are AoE. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to get. I think that's a really useful meta magic spell. A level 4 spell here to pick from. So let's see what we got here. For you, maybe get Ice Storm. No, let's get... Crushing Despair. An invisible cone of despair causes great sadness in the subject. Each affected creature takes a -2 penalty on attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks, skill checks, and weapon damage rolls. That sounds really good. All creatures within a 15-foot burst. It can do some confusion. That sounds really good too. Cape of Wasps. Any creature that makes a successful melee attack against you takes 2d6 points of swarm damage and poison from the wasp swarm. Let's get Crushing Despair. A level 5 spell here. Dominate person, hold monster. Mind Fog. We liked Mind Fog. Let's get that. Yeah, I like Mind Fog. And then for this one, feels like Hellfire would be a good one. Within close range. Half the damage is fire, but the other half is unholy power. Cure Light Wounds Mask could be good. Cloak of Dreams. You're surrounded by a sulfuric aroma that causes all living creatures within 5 feet of you to make successful will saves each round or fall asleep. That's kind of cool. I mean, 5 feet's not too close, but can dispel within medium range. Affects everything within a 20-foot radius burst. Or it can dispel multiple spells targeting. Let's get that. Hold on. What else do we have before I do that? Slay Living could be cool. Stone to Flesh. True Seeing. No, I like getting this. Let's get that. There you go. Land. Level 13 Zen Archer. Looks like all you get is a feat this level. That's alright. Whoops. I think we're doing this now, right? Yeah. Forgoing mobility. No recommended things for you here. Which means I can just get whatever I want. Crane style. Now, I think we took dragon style, didn't we? At some point. Yeah, I wonder if that has prerequisite for Dragon Ferocity and Dragon Roar. Let's see if we can't find those. Are those in here? Doesn't look like it. At least it's not showing up. So Dragon Ferocity requires Stunning Fist. And Dragon Roar? It wasn't even here. Did I miss it? Is it up here? No? I don't know where that is. Let's see. You gain 1 additional elemental fist. Shake it off. Simple weapon proficiency, stunning fist. Seize the moment. It's a teamwork feat. Pummeling strike. Power attack. Improved initiative could be good for him. You use elemental fist. Yeah, I don't use elemental fist though. Deflect arrow. Must have at least 1 hand free. I think bows are 2-handed weapons, so that's not gonna work. Critical focus. Could just get that. It's probably the best thing we could get. Yeah, okay. Critical focus. This is the critical focus level, apparently. Was that the last person? It is? Okay. Let's go ahead, go into our spells for you. I think you're the only one that had new spells slots, because Ember has different casting. For this, let's get Resist Energy Communal. And for this, Protect Alignment Communal. There we go. Oh, you get a level 1 spell too? Yeah, get another Bless. There we go. Let's make sure Ember doesn't, yeah. And I'm pretty sure we did all your spells already, right? Yeah, we did, okay. Alright. Storyteller. Greetings, Ballad. Have you brought me a new story? Hand over the blood-stained page. I found it in the molten scar. The storyteller cringes and puts his hand on the blood-stained page. His face contorts into a painful grimace, his voice trembling with terror. No! He is here again! That terrible, grating voice! That horrific semblance of a face! The monstrous appearance, myriad insects forming a body with 2 arms and 2 legs. He touches me, and the disgusting creature attacks my flesh, covering me. They are eating me! They are hungry and will devour everything except my eyes and tongue, so that I can see this damned page. So that I can translate the runes written in the ancient, long-forgotten elven language. And I translate. It hurts so much. I tried to lie to him. I changed the translation, but he saw through my lie. He got angry. Now I'm not lying, and I'm not. He takes one of the insects from my face and squishes it with his finger over the inkwell. When he dips the quill in it and writes with my blood, right over the runes, and I continue to dictate. Callistria, when will this be over? Let me die. Xanthir, let me die. The storyteller jerks back his hand, terrified. Oh gods, such horrible torture. This poor man was tortured to decrypt my notes. He was so tormented that his suffering became thick like molasses. My mind is drowning in it. My own memories are hidden by these images of horror. I can try to get through them, but I will need your help. Tell me everything you've seen and heard. I will try to lean on your words, to use them as a light in the darkness of my forgotten past. The storyteller takes the bloodstained page carefully, as though handling a dangerous insect. I see a magic shape. There is a force pulsating in the center. You've seen the ritual. Tell me, what was its central point? It's a magic knot? A dead man. They killed a crusader and conducted the ritual over his corpse. Oh, do I actually have to remember this? The center of the magic shape was a prisoner? Oh, I don't remember. I think it was a prisoner. The storyteller shivers. Yes, a storm of force, spiraling into a sharp knife, and a living soul inside. In the eye of the whirlwind, there must be a living soul, for the knife is just a tool. The energies are too bright. I can't see through the glare. What did you see during the ritual? What was it like? Darkness covered everything. It looked like the appearance of a messenger of a deity or some force. It looked like a small rift was opened to the abyss. I think that's it. Yes, a rift. And an umbilical cord connecting the worlds, allowing not only sentient creatures but planar energies to travel through it. I remember it. And the sound. I remember the sound. Words appealing to some force. Those performing the ritual. Did they utter some incantation? Yeah. Ravik. The old elf is out of breath, overwhelmed by memories. Ravik. No name. An old word with tremendous power. The language to which it belongs died a long time ago, but the power of this word lives on. In the past, wizards used it in rituals when they intended to do something far-reaching and contrary to natural order of things. By hiding their names, they protected themselves from the consequences and the wrath of the gods. Ravik, I have no name. You will not find me. The storyteller trembles as if he's about to fall. Now I remember. I know where I saw this ritual, part of it. I am one step closer to understanding what happened to me. Thank you. If you find more pages like this, please bring them to me. Maybe by putting them together, I will be able to lift the veil of the mystery surrounding my story. I found a page that might interest you. The storyteller carefully takes your find. Yes, you are right. Another piece of evidence for the past I have forgotten. The old elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The storyteller clenches the page you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. It's been 2 years since I started to serve the darkness. She found me in the ivory labyrinth, her gaze piercing through all my protective spells, as if they had been cast by an untrained apprentice rather than the last archmage of Keonan. She is powerful and insidious. She is the perfect assassin. Her name is Nocticula. She invited me to Alushinira? I don't know. A city of demons in the depths of the abyss, the capital of the Midnight Isles. The Lady of Shadow highly values my ability to remain unnoticed. Kneeling before her throne, I listened to her praise and felt like a child being given a pat on the head for doing some simple chore for the first time. This is the succubus queen, right? I think. I'm pretty sure Ruchelet talked about her in this city. But this is no longer important. Now I serve a demon lord, for this is our agreement. She will help me decrypt the scribbles I copied in the ivory labyrinth. In return, I will serve as her court mage and spy for the next 17 years. Now, Alushinira is my home, and Nocticula is my lady in shadow. Tell me about your life in Alushinira. Of all the places in the abyss, Alushinira is the most civilized. My lady wants to make her capital the face of the abyss, a place travelers from other planes can visit without too much fear. I don't care. I'm here only to complete my service, get the promised reward, and return to Galarian. However, strange as it may be, Alushinira's demons treat me honorably. They hate me, sometimes growl at me, but they never attack. I prepared many spells, and am ready to use them at any moment, but I've had no reason to yet. I have my own tower in the upper city, not far from my lady's palace. I've strengthened it with protective spells and set golems to guard it. I created a portal to Galarian at the top of the tower, one which only I can use. It will be my escape route if I need to flee urgently. I expect an attack every day, but it never happens. This might sound ridiculous and surprising, but I think the demons of Alushinira respect me. You trusted a demon lord. My lady in shadow had no reason to hide the truth from me. She does not care about my research. She offered me help out of curiosity. I am something of a bizarre pet to her, both funny and useful. The storyteller shakes his head. She offered me help, and I agreed. I must thank my lady for her generosity. 17 years of service for translating 17 phrases from Baphomet's labyrinth. A bargain. Please continue. The storyteller stays silent for a short while, as if listening to something. I can't smell anything but sewage. I can hear some demons snore or death rattles. Hidden by a cocoon of spells, I keep invisible watch in a dirty alley in Alushinira's lower city. Two winged shadows sweep past overhead, and a terrible, stone-splitting shriek rolls like a tide through the streets. But it can't hurt me. I know the way of the city, and have protected myself from Valexia's wild antics. My voluntary partner, a young half-elf named Kinney, sighs loudly and says yet again, "They are not coming." I shrug, just as I have done every time before. "I'm not keeping you." Kinney frowns and turns away in response. I sneak a look at my friend. His unruly locks fall over his face. Kinney carelessly sweeps them out of his eyes, thinking about something. I find myself enjoying his gentle movements and look away, embarrassed. Have a little more patience, my friend. Soon our goal will be here, I'm sure of it. You mentioned Valexia. Tell me about her. Storyteller answers with reluctant admiration. The maddest succubus of all those born in the abyss. Even my lady in shadow can't but smile upon hearing of the latest mayhem she stirred up just for fun. Surrounded by her 3 succubi friends known as the Sinners, she flies naked over the city, crushing buildings with her raging screams. Grabbing poor passerbys, taking them up in the air, and dashing them down onto the rocks, getting into raging fights with no rhyme or reason. Truly, Valexia is the bane of Alushanara, but also its wild heart. I didn't expect to find you out you had a partner. Storyteller's face lights up, and a timid smile appears on his lips. I didn't expect it either. Kenny is from Galarian, just as I am. He's a thief and a former slave. He escaped from the Cyclops. He escaped from the Cyclops of the Dying Empire. I met him before I left Galarian for the Abyss in my old tower. A thief who sought not my life, but shelter, a place to spend the night, and protection from his former masters. My charms worked. Kenny couldn't get past the ground floor of the tower. That's where I found him, sitting on the floor, entangled in my trap's living vines. I freed the hapless thief. I wasn't angry at his intrusion. I was even glad to talk with this restless youth of the short-lived folk. I had no idea how much I had missed companionship. After that, Kenny often spent the night in my tower, partaking of my hospitality. Together we lived through the terror of the Earthfall, and then the time came. I took him with me to the Abyss. Recently, he has even helped me carry out some of my lady's tasks, those that give me the opportunity to make some money. Does the partner know about your goal to save Galarian? Oh yes, we've discussed my plan many times. Sitting at the top of the tower, nursing goblets of warmed wine, Kenny shares my love for our dear Galarian, and supports my desire to save its doomed civilizations. The storyteller smiles warmly at the rush of memories. My friend is not like me at all. He is young, hot-tempered, and mischievous. He prefers to act first and deal with the consequences later. Perhaps this is why we get along so well. Opposites attract. Please continue. Finally, my patience is rewarded. I see a slouching demon in rags, so pathetic that even the demon guards of Alushanara would not lay a hand on him out of disgust. But my spell-enhanced vision can't be fooled. I see the incubus Zephorian, the ruler of Alushanara, who answers only to the Lady of Shadows herself. Passing a step away from me, Zephorian stumbles and falls into a puddle of sewage, rousing disdainful chuckles from the few witnesses. But I won't be fooled by this game. Instead, I concentrate, becoming even more focused. My lord, I've discovered this crystal of unknown power on one of the Midnight Isles. Have a look. A hand holding a heart-sized crystal, burning with purple flame, emerges from under the rags. The incubus's hand is shaking, the skin on his palm slightly smoldering from the touch of the crystal. The demon's reflection in the puddle of sewage ripples and changes. I don't hear Zephorian talking to his mysterious lord. The incubus hides the purple crystal back under the rags. As you wish, my lord. Nocticula knows nothing about these crystals, I am sure. Of course, Lord Sokoth Benath. I wince. I've no desire to stand in the way of a demon lord. Who's this guy? The demon lord Sokoth Benath is the patron of sexual and other hedonistic gratification, seeing the world as his plaything, one that serves up the violence and destruction of which he is especially fond. He is the brother of Nocticula. I turn around. You see, Kenny, we were able to get evidence of Zephorian's treason. I was right, but my friend is nowhere to be seen. Who is Sokoth Benath? Storyteller cringes. A disgusting demon lord, champion of meanness, debauchery, perversions, and breaker of taboos. He is Nocticula's brother and former lover. Out of jealousy, he tried in vain to kill my lady, but he remained alive after the attempt. He is driven by fear, shame, and hatred towards his powerful sister. It was a Nihindrian crystal. The storyteller nods slowly. You are right. This is probably one of the first crystals discovered by the demons, if not the first. I am glad it took demons so long to discover the crystal's true properties. Otherwise, the invasion of the Abyss could have happened much earlier. Please continue. I am standing on the top of my tower. There was a goblet of warmed wine in my hand. Nocticula was pleased with my raid. Oh no, she won't kill Zephorian on the spot. My lady's punishments are much more sophisticated. banishing the motion, even transformation into the pathetic creature that the incubus was masquerading as. Nocticula has a lot of choices. I don't care. I've done my part. I sip from my goblet and turn to my friend. Without saying a word, Kinney takes out a rag from under his shirt and shows me the purple crystal wrapped in it. I chuckle. That's where my friend went at the end of the raid. Well, we are going to keep the crystal. I will study its properties in detail and find out if it will help us achieve our goal. Nocticula doesn't have to know that I have the crystal now. Let her look for Zephyrian on her or her demon lord brother for it. I drink from the goblet again and look down. Alushinara lies at the bottom of the tower, like a faithful dog at the feet of its master. I earned respect here. Even the lady in shadows heeds my words. I feel a treacherous smile appear on my lips. Of course, when 17 years have passed, I will return to Galarian, but not now. But for now, I like my life here. The storyteller is quiet for a long time, thinking about what he saw, then runs his hands over his face, tired. I served a demon lord, and what's more, I liked it. I did not expect this from myself. I was completely different. Different thoughts, desires, motives. What made me change so much? I don't know. The storyteller shakes his head ruefully. Tell me about your work in Renouchelet. It's been 2 years since I started to serve the darkness. She found me in the ivory labyrinth, her gaze piercing... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. Oops. Thank you for your stories. Alright. I wish you interesting adventures. Thank you very much. Alright, well that was pretty interesting. So... I wonder... I really hope he didn't, like, you know... develop the crystals into what they became. So weird. I don't remember the Hold on. In Saucer's drawing, Anevia is wearing a sundress and standing on a riverbank. There are flowers in her hair and a dreamy smile on her face. So weird. I don't remember the last time I wore a dress. Anevia pulls at the leather strap of her armor, musingly. I'd like to again. Later, when the war is over. I think it will suit you. Thank you. Anevia smiles. For a moment, her face is as carefree as in the picture. Sauciel, I need to talk to you. Yes, Anevia, if you'll excuse me. Can I keep the drawing? Of course, Commander. Of course, Commander. Nope, I just wanted to stop you from drawing. That's all. Alright, let's go to the tavern and talk to Renouchelet. See what's going on there. Maybe the songstress will have something. Maybe we can do something there too. I'm unsure. The other option we have to do is to go back to the headquarters. But I have a feeling we're gonna have a lot to do there. So I probably want to save that until next episode, because this episode's already getting a little long. There's nobody new in here. Doesn't look like it. A lot of nobles. Alright, there's a Renouchelet. Hello. You've never seen a Renouchelet looking so happy and inspired. She gives you a wide smile. There you are. I can't wait to share my joy with you. I saw you disappearing in a kaleidoscope of butterflies. What was that? Did I see that? Your crimes are legion. You have no place among the Crusaders. Succubus. What did you want to tell me? Remember how I told you about Desna leading me onto the path of redemption? I was trying to mock her by corrupting the dreams of mortals, and the great dreamer couldn't tolerate that. She ruined my game and made me spend what seemed like a whole eternity in her realm. I had a lot of time to reflect on my past misdeeds. When the goddess saw that I had repented, she decided to let me go. I still vividly remember her parting words. And what do you dream about? This riddle weighed on my mind for many years. Demons do not dream when they sleep. We don't have dreams at all. We have desires, and we act on those desires, no matter the cost. How was I supposed to find something to dream about? I've been observing the mortals, trying to understand how it all works, and finally, she takes a deep breath and yells joyfully at the top of her lungs, startling every visitor and earning puzzled looks. I had my very first dream. Nope, that's not what she said. I had my very own dream, rather. So many years of hard work. I almost gave up at one point, but here it is, a dream, a real dream of my very own. I want to show it to you. You don't mind, do you? Usually offers her hand. Come, I'll take you to my dream. I can't wait for you to see it there. To see it. Give Arushale your hand. Take me to your dream. The succubus reaches for your hand with her burning fingers, and the world around you fades as you are carried somewhere far away. And this is where she reveals that it was all a trick, and she kills me, and that's the end of the 5th Crusade, and she becomes a hero in the Abyss. Game over. Maybe. Where are we going? It is cool and quiet in Arushale's dream. The ground is firm beneath your feet, and thin mist curls along the surface. In the soft, eerie light emanating from invisible stars, you see nothing. As you look around, you see nothing, and no one except for you and Arushale. Nevertheless, the succubus is beaming with joy. There it is, an actual dream. My very first one. Is this what mortals see every night? Does it look like your own dreams? What do you think? It looks exactly the same. It looks nothing like my dreams. Why is this place so empty? Why is this place so empty? Empty? I don't know. This is my first dream ever. I don't know what it should be like here. Usually looks around. Her smile fades a bit. There's nothing to see here right now. Perhaps I was so keen on the idea of having a dream that it made all my other wishes and urges too pale in comparison. Now I have to learn how to dream properly. Usually catches your eye, cocking her head to the side. Tell me, what do you dream about? What does Ballad dream about? Oh man. Well, let's eliminate a couple of these. He doesn't dream about wealth. He doesn't dream about peace. Even though he might want to, like, peace kind of means victory in a sense. I think he does dream of victory and glory and probably power too. I think he dreams, out of those three, I think the one he'd probably dream about the most is power. Right? Because power is the thing here. Like, if you had enough power, you could gain victory, you could create peace, you could gather wealth, and you could become glorious. So, power. Right. The commander's title alone gives you a lot of power over your people. But what if you want more? Perhaps a royal title would suit you better? I can picture you in a crown quite well. Oh, thank you. Suddenly, a royal throne appears before you as if by magic. I like your dream, Arushale. Look, look! Arushale laughs and claps her hands. Now I have a dream as well. And it's not just something I made up. It's so wonderful, sharing a dream with you. I'm happy to share this dream with you. Do you mind me taking a quick look around your dream? Do you like your newfound dreams? They are the most beautiful thing in the world. This world is mine, and mine only. It is a bit empty right now, but I'm learning fast. I'm happy to share this dream with you. A subtle blush touches the demon's pale skin. Mortals have so many different feelings: friendship, loyalty, sympathy, even love. They are all so mysterious and beautiful. But one can't truly learn anything about them alone. And who would dare share their heart's desire with a predator from the abyss who is unable to reciprocate? Oh shit. Gently touch Arushale's fingers. I believe in you. I can help you, if you'll let me. Do not lose hope. One day you will find someone to teach you how to feel. It's not going to be easy. Let's think about this for a second, because Barrett hasn't yet chosen a romance, right? And obviously Camellia is not going to be a romance, who was, you know, someone I thought would be a potential romance. And so let's think of our other options. Sela, I think, could potentially be a fair match for him, even though she's a little bit too good for him. Queen Galfrey was somebody I thought might be a match. I don't know if there actually is even a romance for her, but potentially her. I don't think Ember is a romanceable option for Barrett. I don't even know if she is a romanceable option. I think she's a child, right? So I would hope there's not a romanceable option for her. I don't know her age. Like, she's an elf, so she could be like 60 and still be a child. So we know she was a child when she came to... Yeah, she's... So Ember's off the table. Who else? Barrett is straight, so there's not going to be any relations with the same sex. I think that's... Am I missing somebody? Oh, Nenio. I don't think Nenio's very interested in romance, to be honest. I think she'd find it distracting. Probably wouldn't want it. Arushale would be an interesting choice for him. Being a demon. Opposites attract, right? I don't know. I also don't know if there's like a... Like, can you lock yourself into a romance sort of thing? Like, if I do this and it triggers triggers us going down a romance path, does that cancel out all other romances? I don't know. I think the only other person besides her that I'd be interested in Barrett and seeing the relationship develop with Barrett would be Queen Galfrey, but I don't know if she's actually a romanceable option. So we're gonna go with Arushale for now. Anyway, we'll see it. I believe in you. I can help you if you'll let me. Your fingers briefly touch the succubus's heated skin, and she anxiously jerks her hand back. Her eyes shine with fear, hope, and something new, fragile and tender. Something that makes her look surprisingly like an embarrassed mortal girl. I will. Oh. Do you mind if I look around your dream? Of course. Feel free to do whatever you like. That's why I brought you here, after all. Just gotta be careful, you know, because she can kill you if you guys get too close. Yeah, look at this place. A nice little dreamland. Touching the throne fills your mind with echoes of jubilant crowds, voices, and whispers of court sycophants. Neat. My dream. My very own dream. Arushale takes another look around, full of pride and pleasure. I don't even want to wake up from it. Now I understand why mortals compare all the best things in their lives to dreams. Let's go back to the material plane. Let's go. Arushale touches your hand, and the dream world begins to fade away. Borrowed dreams. Ask Erebeth. So we're going to fill her dream up with all of our companions and friends' dreams. It seems like. That was neat, though. I like that. You open your eyes. It seems that no time passed in the real world while you were in Arushale's dreams. So, that was my dream. I'm happy I was able to show it to you. Arushale looks at you shyly. It is kind of empty right now, but I know how to remedy that. I need to keep learning from mortals, following in their footsteps, until I figure out how to forge my own path. Naturally, I wouldn't even think about breaking into someone else's dream, as the goddess surely wouldn't forgive that. Perhaps I should ask people of the city? What if they won't talk to me at all? The succubus seems lost in her thoughts for a moment, then she smiles at you again. Is there a chance you could help me once more? Ask the city's people what they dream about? They are more likely to open up to you than to me, and I will just follow you silently. They won't even notice me listening. We're not going to ask to visit the dream again, because I imagine it's just going to be the same thing. We'll ask after we've found out somebody else's dream. I saw you disappearing in a kaleidoscope of butterflies. What was that? Desna protects me. Whenever something threatens my life, she teleports me away from the danger. I guess the goddess does not want me to die before I fully redeem myself. I do not deserve her kindness. I will be watching you. Yeah. I'm still not entirely sold on the romance with her, just because she's a demon. And Barrett inherently doesn't like or trust demons. But, I don't know. I think it could be an interesting story if you know, he does fall for her. But, we'll see. Do you have anything new to say? Commander, would you like to request a song? Nothing new here. Greetings, Baron. Tell me of the priestess of Desna, who sings here in the evenings. Valenia? Her singing isn't particularly good, to be honest, and I doubt she's really even a priestess. She avoids talking about Desna and refuses to perform her rituals. Anytime she asks, she finds some excuse to get out of it. Soldiers always request the same 3 songs: the Ballad of Happy Oblivion, the Ballad of the First World, and the Legend of the Lady of Joy. Ah, if demons ever captured me and wish to torture me, they'd only sing one of those songs. That's how much I've come to loathe them. Fai lowers his voice. I try to respect my customers' privacy, but it's not right to keep quiet about this. She gives each customer a pouch or vial, and they give her money. Something suspicious about that. Nothing suspicious about that at all. Fai chuckles. I have a few questions for you. One that might seem strange, but as the commander, I need to know your answer. What do you dream of? Fai doesn't seem at all surprised by the question. Well, well-being, prosperity, and dwarven whiskey. I once had a taste of the stuff that they distill under the mountains. Since then, I've dreamed of getting a still like the ones they use. But they're secretive and don't share their inventions. A pity. I have to go. Come again. So do I need to talk to her after each time I do that? Let's see. Borrow dreams. Nope. Gotta talk to all of these people. It is very unusual to find a demon who can dream. Of course, those dreams are not real. They are only imitations. And yet, the curious development indicates a deep transformation of this creature's very nature. Simply copying the thoughts and deeds of mortals might seem like a naive approach, but naive does not mean stupid in this case. After all, it worked. It did work. Hey, I know exactly what to request. The priestess looks at you with interest. I was sure you had a taste for good music. If you know what to request, then it means you can be trusted. The Ballad of Happy Oblivion. Of course, of course. As soon as I saw you, I thought that someone carrying such a great burden of responsibility must sometimes seek happy oblivion. The priestess roots around in her bag and takes out a small sack. There, make some tea, and you will lose yourself in oblivion. No payment required. I would never charge you, Commander. The Ballad of the First World. Oh, I understand. The world is so unpleasant. Gray day after gray day, the tedium of daily cares. But you see, Dresden bright and magical, a little mad like the First World. For half an hour or so. Who wouldn't want that? The priestess roots around in her bag and takes out a pouch. You know what to do with it, right? Someone with your experience won't need instructions. No payment required. I would never charge you, Commander. And the Legend of the Land of Joy? Of course, Commander. Sometimes one longs for peace in the midst of a war. A little peace, some brotherly love. The feeling you get when basking in the sun on a summer day, chattering away all your problems forgotten. The priestess reaches around in her bag and takes out a small pouch. There, fill a pipe near the fireplace. It's the best on an evening like this. No payment required. I thought you were going to sing a song. What is this? The priestess gives an unnaturally high-pitched giggle. Stop pretending, Commander. You know what this is. How else would you know the secret words? The names of my songs. It must mean you don't mind using these things yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. My wares bring joy, and everyone needs joy right now. Powder and herbs for soldiers to make carrying out their duties more enjoyable. Only the purest product for you, of course. The regular goods for the others. You are the Commander of Dresden, after all. For you, only the very best. Who are you? I tried to become one. Learned the 8 scrolls and things like that, but it turned out it wasn't for me. Now I just sing songs and sell some wares I've been sent from Varisia. Herbs, powders, everything one needs to relax and have some fun. I'm sorry for my little masquerade, but priests are welcome everywhere, so I dress like one. You shall stand trial. What? No, for what? I've done nothing wrong. You're selling drugs. Oh no. Valenia, a Varisian subject, has infiltrated Dresden, disguised as a priest of Desna. She is accused of dealing narcotic powder and herbs. What does the defendant have to say for herself? Oh, but no one's been hurt. There are no victims. I only did good. I'm innocent. Ladies and gentlemen, the war around us is terrible, and soldiers do not suffer from wounds alone. I save them from their nightmares. My powders make them happy, as weightless as a butterfly. They feel they can do anything, so they fight better. Yes, there are side effects, tremors, and disorders like that, but only in those who become too addicted. If it's done carefully. Carefully? You can't just stop taking cat and other filth by force of will. It's a deception you sell to soldiers, along with certain death. They may survive the wound, but it's your powders that will kill them. Slowly but surely, people like you should be executed. Damn. Is everything this woman supplies terrible? If I were you, Commander, I'd look through the list of everything she has to offer, and then choose the safest and most effective substances. Don't we need happy, cheerful soldiers ready for battle? I've made my decision. Valenia, you shall be executed for selling forbidden substances in wartime. I made my decision. Valenia, you shall be banished for selling forbidden substances. I have made my decision. Valenia, you shall only sell substances that I have authorized. You shall also ensure that you carry only the highest quality items in your repertoire. Well, this is interesting. Right? Like, obviously we can't just let her go on doing what she's been doing, which none of these options let her do. Executing her, I mean, somebody else would just take her place, right? That's the theory behind, you know, that idea, or the downsides of that idea. Banishing her, same thing, right? Somebody else would just take her place. The evil option here is sort of like, you know, the whole idea of legalizing drugs, right? In a sense. Now, obviously not all drugs, because I'd authorize the ones that aren't that dangerous, but like, I don't know, something, I'm assuming alcohol isn't illegal, and there's probably like tobacco. We've picked up many pipes in treasure chests, so tobacco's probably fine. So if we authorize drugs that, you know, I don't know, authorize marijuana or something for the soldiers, and, you know, set up rules and laws that, you know, you can't, if you're going into battle, you can't use before battle or things like that. I've made my decision, Valenia. You shall only sell substances that I have authorized. You shall also ensure that you carry only the highest quality items in your repertoire. Of course, Commander. I'll do my best. And if you want anything for yourself, I'll give it to you for free. Just let me know what you want, and you'll get it right away. You performed an evil action. Herald looks at you, disappointed. I don't know how this will affect the army, but it definitely won't be in the way you think, Commander. Miracles don't just happen. Sure they do. Damn it. Okay. Can I save here? I can't. Can I quick save? Well, this episode's going to become longer. Commander, please forgive this sudden visit. Anevia sent a message for me asking to come immediately. There she is. Is she in a dress? Nope, she is not in a dress. Anevia. Greetings, Commander, revered cleric. A muscular black-skinned man wearing Hell Knight's armor is walking next to Anevia. Despite the difference in height, he is obviously nervous around the delicate woman, looking around and biting his lip. Allow me to introduce Hell Knight, Ambassador of the Order of Nail, Trevor Vanek. Oh. The knight salutes, greeting on behalf of the Order. Forgive me, I can't stay. Duty calls. I have pressing errands from headquarters. Yes, it's very urgent. Saucio is silent. His lips are pressed together. He doesn't move, not even to breathe, seemingly. The cleric is staring at the visitor. So your name is Trevor Vanek? That's right. I serve the cause of the crusade. It must be true. We have to take our guest's word for it. He has no documents or insignia confirming his identity. What? What are you getting at? Nothing. Nothing at all. Anevia casts a glance at Saucio. The priest's mouth is twisted, and his fists clenched. We're happy to welcome you to Dresden, Trevor Vanek. Enough! Saucio lunges at the guest, his face distorted with emotion, and you suspect the cleric is about to throw a punch, but his clenched fist remains lowered. Who are you? How dare you call yourself by that name, scoundrel? Who, me? I'm not a scoundrel. People are always bad-mouthing us. They're saying the credit won by a lie only lasts till the truth comes out. Trevor Vanek is a proud knight. I won't put up with this slander. So you are an imposter. Me? No, it's not true, I swear. Sauciel? Of course not. But, how does he know that name? And why is he wearing the black armor? And why do these words... The cleric's voice drops to a whisper. You don't hear the end of the phrase. Anevia, who's this? A great question. I have no idea. My guys clocked him when he was trying to threaten a merchant with his so-called order and get a horse for free. Then he gave a familiar name, so I decided to organize a face-to-face for the long-lost brothers. You knew it wasn't Trevor right from the off. You saw Trevor when he served in Canopus. Of course, but I hoped that meeting you would make him drop the pretense and crack. Execute him. Throw him in prison. Anevia takes the imposter away. He follows her, unshackled. Alright. Where the hell is his brother at? Sauciel watches them leave. His fists unclenched. He drops his shoulders. What the... Where did he come from? And did you hear what he said about truth and lies? The priest frowns. The credit won by a lie only lasts till the truth comes out. This is what they say in Andoran. Trevor used to say it often. Of course, one proverb doesn't prove anything, but I feel that imposter knows my brother. Oh, Shallan, what's going on? Commander, please, we have to interrogate him. Alright, good. That didn't take as long as I was fearing it would take. Good. Yeah, Saucer's brother's story is... Every time we hear more about it, it gets more interesting, I feel like. I'm eager to find out where it goes. But that's going to have to wait until another episode, because that's the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.